more blame passing and punishment and all that. And while all this is going on, God steps in and tells Satan, it's time to go, and he has to go. And that hasn't changed. Still true today. Satan still attacks. He still tempts people and tries to get us to sin. Sometimes we fall and give into that. But just like then, when God steps in, Satan is sent packing. The serpent is still hanging around until God told him to go. I was mentioned this earlier about the serpent still being there when God handed out punishment. It's surprising to me that he was there when God handed out punishment. It's not surprising that he was there until God came. I don't know how long it was between when they ate the fruit and when God came. We know that it was long enough for them both to eat, for them to realize what they had done, for them to sew some fig leaves together. And through all that, the serpent hadn't left. He was probably around making sure to kind of spur on that guilt a little bit more. Maybe trying to see, what else can I get him to do? They question God and in this, so maybe I can get them to go a step further. But he hung around until God told him to leave, and when we fall, it's no different. He hangs around trying to pull us down further, trying to get us to go further into sin. The key is to go to God, and Satan has to go. When we sin, we tend to do exactly like Adam and Eve did. We feel guilty and distant from God, so we hide. We run. When in reality, our reaction ought to be the exact opposite. Ought to be the opposite of that. It needs to be run to God. Know that when he tells Satan to go, he goes. Now here, I'll be honest with this. As I study this, and I've been thinking on this series for a long time, and as I was studying for this message, I thought, how do you conclude that? How are you going to bring this down? This is the first message of the series. You really don't want the first message of a series to be a dud. If it is, it's bad. So, I'm thinking then, how do you wrap this up? And here's how I want to try to wrap this up. 3 things quickly that we can realize from this passage. First, and again, some of it is learned from Satan, as odd as that sounds. First, realize your place as compared to God's. Second, realize God's power, that He's greater, that He that is in you is greater than he that is in the world. He has power over Satan, and anything you may be facing, realize His power and that He's working in your life. And then, thirdly, realize your need to run to God. I think that is the most important part right there. Realize your need to go to God, that no matter what is happening in your life, no matter what you're facing, no matter what the trial, the difficulty, the problem that's in front of you, your reaction needs to be to go to Him. Not run and hide. Not try to get away with it. Our reaction instead needs to be realize how much we need to run to Him and how much we need His help. Let's go ahead and pray.